I guess if you're not challenging yourself every day, then you get bored at your job. But with Simpsons is a beast. It's an animal. Every day is a different day. It's every day is fun. It is a fun place to work. Don't get me wrong. It has its moments. It's stressful. But any job's stressful, I suppose.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Birmingham's food podcast, Breaking Bread. I nearly said number one then, but like we're the only one.
That makes us number one. We're the best food podcast in the Midlands.
The best Birmingham food podcast. Oh no, we can't say that. There's another food podcast in the Midlands now.
We're better.
I don't know, she hasn't started yet. She's pretty good.
Then we're better. She hasn't started. Can't say something's better if there's no episodes.
Either way, yeah, so this is us. We are your co-hosts, Carl and Liam. I'm Liam.
I'm Carl. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Have you been looking that up? Have you been thinking I'm going to say it this week?
The Olympics has been on all week.
Oh, of course, yeah. Olympics. How have I not noticed that?
All I've watched.
Good to have you back, man. I did not like doing the intro on my own last week.
I know, man. I had the old COVID.
How you feeling?
All right now. Just lost my sense of smell and taste for a bit, which was gutting because I was supposed to go to Shields for my birthday, so I had to cancel that and I was absolutely wounded.
Don't get me wrong, I know people have died from this, but when you take into account that our only hobby is eating food, it's pretty horrible to lose your taste.
Yeah, I hate it. Don't get me wrong, there's worse things that could have happened, but at the time I was properly gutted.
Yeah, I'd be still devastated. Especially
since that was the only enjoyment I had left. I was ill, at least I could still taste stuff. Like cooped up in a fucking bedroom just watching Netflix on a laptop, because you've got to isolate in the house anyway. At least I could still taste, and then I lost taste and I just lost all hope then. But that's in reality, I was bad for like 3 days, and then my smell came back after about a week. So it's still not fully back, but it's back enough for me to enjoy eating again.
You managed to get out the Saturday after you come out of isolation?
10 days, yeah, I did the 10 days and I was out for my birthday. I just didn't go to Chills because there's no point me spending the amount of money it is on fine dining if I'm not at my best.
Yeah.
So I had a cracking day out, still went a couple of meals.
You went for a few bars and stuff as well, Norton's. Everyone's going Norton's at the minute, man.
Yeah, I was at Norton's I only went for the Six Nations, the British Lions, sorry.
Lions,
That was great. That was the only good game as well.
Yeah, so at least you could still get out on that Saturday, man.
Yeah, I got to go to OPM, got to go to Norton's, the British Lions,
good.
That was good.
I went to Laggy's that same day, I think.
Yeah,
cinema at Five Ways, and I purposely went to that cinema so I could walk over to Laggy's and have lunch there.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing something similar on Thursday.
It's good, man. Octopus, get the octopus. It's brilliant.
Is that on during the day? The octopus, was that like?
I was there in the day, so. But it was the Saturday, so maybe I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'll check.
Check it's open actually, I'm sure.
It is, because it's open for breakfast most days when I drive past in the
Oh
morning.
no, I've just seen a post saying that they're going on holiday or something.
Alright, I'll check it.
But either way, you can get to Laggy's. In my opinion, the best Italian in Birmingham. Yeah, I went to Chancellor's last week, in Sturchley.
Yeah.
Chicken waffles, man. Unbelievable.
See, I'm not too keen on the sweet stuff. I think chicken and waffles, I think I could deal with that because it's really salty. So the amount of sweetness, I think it would offset it.
What about the chantilly cream and the maple syrup? Maple fudge?
I'd give it a go. It's not like pineapple.
It comes separate, so you can pour it on yourself.
Yeah, I'd dip it, I think.
And then, obviously, this weekend, in my opinion, one of the best restaurants in Birmingham.
Yeah, you went back to Simpsons, didn't you?
Went back to Simpsons for lunch.
Regulars now.
Seems to be, yeah. To be honest, if I could afford to be, I would be.
Oh, yeah. If I had the money, I'd be there once a month.
Oh, I love it, man. So good. So nice. Told you that artichoke dish. I don't know because you banged it up so much, but my expectations were quite high, and then, so good.
Told you, everyone needs to eat this fucking artichoke dish, man.
It's insane. Nice. And then the raw scallop dish, that was amazing. And the desserts were just probably the best desserts I've had at a fine dining restaurant.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can be a bit disappointing, but unbelievable.
Cool.
Really good. Peach Melba. Yeah. Peach Melba. Really good. Really, really good. Just the whole experience was nice. Something about Simpsons, isn't it? It's an institution.
It's proper special, and they make you feel really special while you're there as
And
well.
the building's stunning as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10, like 100%. There's nothing like you. If someone said, what would you change about Simpsons, anything at all, I couldn't give you anything to alter.
No, I agree. It was brilliant. And obviously Leo was there on Saturday and made a massive fuss of us. That was quite a nice touch.
Yeah, I bet.
It was quality to meet him doing this episode, wasn't it? We met him before when we done the Luke. And then we met him a few times. Just a really big personality.
It's nice to sit down and have a chat with him and really get into what he's about.
Yeah. So we never actually said, but this episode is with obviously Leo Kattou, the head chef of Simpsons. Some people might know him from MasterChef a few years ago. Got all the way to the semi-final in 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
Good experience. Yeah, it was quite funny hearing his take on it.
Yeah.
We've had a few from MasterChef on now, 3 or 4 or something. And each time they give us something a little bit different, like a nice little gem bullet, didn't they?
Yeah.
He's got a good story there, so definitely worth listening to that. And it's just I think it's one of them places everyone in Birmingham should try at least once. That's why I brought my sister there. She'd never been before.
Yeah.
She might not necessarily say she's into that kind of food, but I thought she'll love that whole experience. Like, even if she's not into fine dining, well, she says she wasn't, but then she ate everything.
Yeah. I think it's one of them places people that like, nah, fine dining's not for me. I think if you took them to Simpsons,
Michelin Star for over 20 years. Like, it's a phenom. You gotta try that. Everyone's gotta go there and try that.
But this way, if you didn't like it, I think there'd be something wrong with you.
Yeah, so this is an episode I'm just really excited to release and get out there and for everyone to hear. I think there's just loads to take away from it. Just a really insightful, talented chef at the top of his game. Nice that he started off as an apprentice and worked his way up to head chef as well. It's a nice touch.
I meant to ask him as well, because it is unusual to hear a chef joining one place and then still been there that many years later. Because so many people we hear that, I joined here, then I moved to here, then I moved to here, then I moved to here. And they're like, even young people in their early 20s, they seem to have worked at about 3 or 4 different places.
And they tend to just stay for a year at the most, don't they? But he's been there his whole time, so that's really nice. Obviously, this is our last episode for a little while. We're going to have a couple of weeks break. I'm going to Ireland, finally. 2 years I've been waiting to do this.
I know, 2 years to see your man.
I know, can't wait. I'm beyond excited. So, we're just going to have a little break. I don't want to take my laptop and everything over and have to edit stuff. So, we're not going away. We'll be back September. Some more awesome guests. We've got loads lined up.
Oh yeah, we can be annoying people for a long time.
Yeah, so obviously if you like us, don't forget all to subscribe and rate us on that iTunes and Spotify. It really helps get the word out there and tell everyone how great Birmingham is, especially our food. Ladies and gentlemen, Leo Kattou. Leo, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm all right, yeah, good. How are you two?
Yeah, good, man.
Buzzing.
Good.
Good.
Of course, we're going to invite you to the show, mate. One of the biggest personalities in the city, I think, in the food industry.
Nah, not me. Stand behind the stove and hide away, me.
It's one of them. There's not a person in the city who's got a bad word to say about you. It's always like, oh yeah, we love Leo. Whenever you come up in a conversation.
Nah, they're just lying, telling you. Just telling you behind.
All lies.
All lies, that is.
How you keeping? Good to be back in the flow of things. We're
Amazing.
a few weeks back into, Freedom Day was last week, wasn't it? Big Freedom Day.
Yeah.
How's that been for you?
Well, Freedom Day was just a bit, I was in the kitchen, so it was nothing really. But being back, sounds brilliant. I guess, when did we go back? In April, I think. Was it April, May, when the garden garden menu because we were quite fortunate. We got the garden, and yeah, it's just been brilliant ever since.
Yeah, mate, I'd happily sit in that garden to eat because it's stunning. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
garden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very-
last time I was there, I had a couple of cocktails before dinner. Sorry, I'm really bad. You think I'd be good at this by now? I'm not.
It's only been 3 years.
Yeah, just sitting in
It's
that
stunning.
garden.
You
chilling.
don't realise you're in Edgbaston or Birmingham at all. A mile away from the city, and you
Could
sit
be
there.
anywhere.
It's amazing, especially the weather we've had recently. It's incredible. Yeah.
But yeah, lockdown was better weather though. Imagine that, like the best weather ever was during the time we couldn't go
first
anywhere.
lockdown,
Yeah. It was- in fairness, it was a bit of a saviour because if we didn't have that, I don't know, we would have been mad. Like,
Yeah, I just remember mad barbecues. I'd barbecue every night, basically.
Pretty much, I was in the garden practicing with my golf and having barbecues with the family. I moved back home to see the family. I live on my own in Birmingham, so I just moved back home, spent some time with my mum and dad and my sister.
Where's that?
Back in Coventry.
Ah, right.
I'm originally a Coventry boy, but I don't really like to admit that.
oh, Coventry ain't that bad, man. It's getting there. We've got Fargo. Is it? What's the
Fargo Village.
Yeah,
you know
Fargo
what?
Village.
It's, like, I don't even, unless I'm going to see the family, I don't ever really go into Coventry anymore. Like, I went there today, and that was it, really.
Yeah.
It's my home. It's my city. But yeah, I don't really talk about it. I prefer Birmingham.
Yeah.
Still say batch, not copper.
Yeah, it's still a batch. It's not a cob. It's a batch.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
batch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still a
batch.
batch.
I'm easy going with that shit, you know. Just whatever you want to call it. Just put it in a fucking bun, batch, cob. I don't give a fuck. Put them sausages and bacon in it. I'm eating it.
Yeah, it's still a batch, and yeah, I'm not going to call it anything else apart from a batch.
We always had a weird one. Like if it was crusty, it was a cob, but if it was soft, it was a bat.
I'm a bat boy as well.
Yeah, it was weird. Like
Never batch.
never batch.
Always
Or,
a batch.
what do they call it up in Stoke? Balm.
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 Yeah, that's what
A balm for us was like we had like balm brack, you know, Irish bread with
Yeah.
like currants and stuff in it.
Yeah, it's sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Yeah,
what
found
I
that
think.
odd,
Of.
yeah.
Strange.
Batch I get a lot, though.
Yeah, batch makes
I hear
sense.
that a
Though,
lot.
yeah. So you start off cooking in Coventry.
it started in the family fish and chip shop, actually.
Yeah.
I think about 10 years old. I asked my dad. Funny enough, when I was in school, my mates all had paper rounds, and I just kind of I remember saying to my dad, is it alright if I can get a paper round? And it just went from there. He was like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll go and sort you out a paper round. Took me to the chip shop. I thought I was starting it like around where the chip shop was, and next thing you know, I'm peeling spuds. So then,
How naive were you?
10 years old, I suppose. But I was loving life. I was getting paid for it, getting a lot more money than my mates were getting. I was getting all the latest games and whatever, like getting all the new stuff. And I was loving life, yeah. So I started at 10 and then moved on to washing up. And then by the time I was like 14, 15, probably makes myself like, sounds like my family doing slave labour, isn't it? Asking for like, yeah, salt and vinegar, what do we like on your kebab, I suppose. And then it just went from there. And hated every minute of it, but I learnt the principles. You know, you learn the basics of hospitality. You don't realise it. I know it's only a fish and chip shop, but it is hospitality.
Have your family still got this?
Yeah, still got it.
Still going.
Yeah,
What's
still
it called?
going.
Give it a shout out.
Marina Fish Bar in Coventry, and you
Yeah.
got Sea Land in Leamington Spa.
Oh yeah,
There
nice.
you got the couple there.
That's
It's,
it. Did your dad start working early? Is it something
Yeah.
he always had in him? Like
he left school at 13.
Yeah.
I guess back then in the 70s it was always a thing to do. You pissed around and again my granddad just said to him, right, in the chip shop at 13, and he started working at 13 in the chip shop, and then worked himself. So he's a grafter. Both my mum and dad, both grafters in the chip shop. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy life. Everyone thinks, oh, it's a fish and chip shop and everything, but it's not easy. It's a tough and labouring job. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone says it is. To be honest,
Yeah.
it looks pretty tough to me. Like I won't fancy it. Hot oil all the time, and
Just everything about it. I mean,
yeah, and the hours
Dickheads
as
coming in
well.
after the pubs
Oh,
and
after the
shit
pub,
like
yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I've seen a few as well when I was younger.
Yeah, I bet. I'm going to go in Shirley K. Like on a night out, Shirley Kebab House.
Yeah.
It's like world famous. Luckily, it's down the road from both our houses now. But I always used to get a beeline to there, whatever I was going back from a night out. And you should see how there's some people in there talking to the people. You're like, you absolute scumbag.
Oh no, my old dear, she's only like 5'1", but you don't ever mess with a 5'1" Greek woman.
Nah.
Fiery, I'm telling you that. She looks all cute and innocent, but you piss her off, she's going for you. Yeah. She doesn't, nothing holds her back. Even I'm like, all right, mum, chill out. I'm staying out of it.
Yeah. You weren't tempted to stay in the chip shop game then?
No, it was. I just love food. I mean, I just loved it. I just love food. And then very lucky, again, down to my parents, actually. My dad knows Andreas, who owns Simpsons, good friends of ours. And Andreas helped me get into, like, obviously, my dad and Andreas got me through the front door at Simpsons, came knocking on the back door, gave me that opportunity. And that was it. Yeah, that was it.
What year was that, Leo?
2009, 2008, 2009. Yeah, around there. So, yeah, that was it. Yeah, just came through the back door almost. Just my dad just helped me get there, and then had to keep my head down and crack on, really.
Did you have to go to college or anything? Or?
Yeah, I went to college, but I say I went to college, just pissed around for 3 years. Which is not a good thing, obviously. I regret not finishing it now, I suppose. And we've had a couple of lads in the kitchen, and I'm in an hour and do I finish college or whatever, and just say to me, just get that qualification, get it done, because I regret not having it. And it was literally over one stupid assignment, literally one assignment, and I've just pissed around, didn't want to hand it in. It was obviously 17 at the time, so I was busy down Broad Street getting pissed at 17 or in the kitchen at Simpsons. Yeah, sorry, Mum, if you're going to listen to this. You probably just heard me say that. I don't think my parents realised I didn't actually finish college. And yeah, so it's just...
Why do you regret it? Like, it hasn't held you back?
No, it hasn't held me back, but I suppose it's... I had that... I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not lucky. I'm very lucky. My parents and Andreas supported me, got me into college. Andreas, being a governor, got me onto the diploma course. It was handed to me on a plate, and I used it I shouldn't have used it the way I did. You know what I mean? And it's that's what I regret, because people UCB back then was like, you didn't get in. It wasn't an easy college to get into, especially the diploma course. You had to be the best of the best at that age, I suppose. And I got in there, I just got given it, and I was a cheeky little shit when I was in the first year, cheeky little shit in the second year. But I learned a lot more respect in a way. But then, the third year, I still attended, I suppose, and just, you turn 17 and you look about 19 at the time, and when you go down Broad Street, that was it.
Yeah.
Was it about, were you working a few days a week at Simpsons at the same time?
I used to, so the first year of college, I did a month work experience at Simpsons. And then from there, Luke offered me a part-time job on the weekend. So I spent 9 months, I think it was, every Sunday for 9 months downstairs at Simpsons, literally just prepping mirror pies and just doing stocks, cleaning, you name it, just the basics jobs. And I spent 9 months down there. The lads all used to sing Lionel Richie, Easy Like a Sunday Morning. He used to sing He Only Works on a Sunday Morning. That was it. And that was it for 9 months. And then just had the opportunity to go up and do service one day. And I guess...
Did you enjoy it there, from the beginning?
Yeah, I knew you had to prep onions or whatever. It's makes you who you are today, I suppose. I spent a lot of time down there, just literally cleaning and doing all the jobs that no one likes to do, I suppose. But
in fairness, from the chip shop, it's probably fairly similar, doing the prep for the chip.
Yeah, exactly. Peeling the spuds, peeling the onions. It's exactly the same procedure. And I guess from there, then it kind of obviously went up and got a little opportunity up in the service, and never looked back since, I suppose.
Were there any other skills you would say kind of transferred from the chip shop days to Simpsons? Anything else you learned or anything?
Respect. That was the main one. The main one was the actual respect for... I know it's a piece of fish in the chip shop. I know it's not the same, but it's a piece of fish in the chip shop, to bringing it in and to working at Simpsons, respecting that produce, what you got. And that was the main kind of thing, what I learnt the most. And even, I suppose, the attitude towards cooking, because I know, again, it's a chip shop, and then bringing it into the kitchen, it's still the same mentality.
This is a similar vibe we've got off a lot of people that said even if it was making a sandwich for someone at a young age, they just cared about it being good and it being right. Even just the simplest thing someone could just make for anybody.
Well, Luke said he made someone make a cup of tea and a biscuit for one of the interviews at Simpsons.
That was it. Yeah. We were
just to show you
we were having a little chat the night before. I can't remember who it was now, but we were having a little chat the night before. It was a pastry, I think, at the time, and he just said, I'm just going to get him to make me a cup of tea and a biscuit. And it's as simple as it sounds, but he made him a cup of tea and a biscuit, and it worked. It was a good biscuit. I don't think he made the cup of tea. I think he just made the biscuits. People are going to think that I'm looking to Simpsons. They make us make biscuits and cups of tea for them. No, I did. I think he just made a good little selection of biscuits and petit fours at the time, and that's just the basics of cookery, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think that basic respect for ingredients is something that really doesn't get taught. Like, it's something people either have or they just don't know.
Yeah, you see a lot of places. Obviously, I'm not going to say where or who and whatever, but you do see there's just no respect for what they do. It's just kind of open it up, bang it on a plate, and send it out. There's no respect for it, and it's not good. It's not good at all.
Obviously, not nowhere near on the same level, but once I worked at Weatherspoons and we had steak night, and I used to drive me mad because some people would be standing like a mile away and just launching the steaks onto the grill, and you're like, come on, man. I know it's a £5. I know this steak costs somebody a £5 with a free drink, but still,
Have the
I know
respect
this
for
is
it.
shit, man. Just do it nicely, like, you know what I mean? Just season it properly, get it placed on. Like, have some pride in yourself.
Yeah,
Fair enough, the food's not the best food, it's not the best ingredients, but you chucking that steak says more about you than the quality of the food, like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's there's that. I actually put it up the other day on my Instagram. Andreas said a quote in the Simpsons cookbook, in the second cookbook. I'll read it out for you. And I'll put it up on my thing. He says, a good piece of beef, takes 18 months to rear, 4 weeks to hang, and 10 minutes to fuck up if you don't cook it correctly. That's a massive...
Sure,
I think it's a brilliant quote, that is, yeah. It's very true, isn't it? And there you go, you said it. People stood there like a mile away from the grill just flinging on. It's not good.
Launching it.
It's not even that. Like, that was a living thing at some point. You died for someone to fucking eat it. At least you could do his fucking treats. Even if it's just a piece of meat, treat it with a little bit of fucking respect.
Yeah, 100%. Massive.
Fuck me.
I feel like that quote could be like in one of our houses. You know, like people have that love life laugh or something. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
that's
got
what
quite
we'll
in my living room.
we'll have the steak quote instead.
In my living room, I've actually got. I remember reading it like when I was, I think, it was the first time I ever actually walked through the doors at Simpsons, and I was 16, absolutely like shitting myself. You are going to be at that age, I suppose. And I remember just kind of like, you don't know what to do. I sat in the lounge. I remember the wine list being there, and it was this quote, and it said, "In victory, you deserve champagne. In defeat, you need it." And I just never forgot it. It was brilliant. And it worked actually quite well when England lost to Italy. I suppose it worked in them favours as well. But I'll always remember that quote. And I've got it up like there was a shop in Birmingham, now it's closed down, but I used to make it out of playing cards, like, and then I've got it all done up, and it's in my living room. I just remembered it, and it's just there. I like the quote. I like it. It's a good little thing to have.
Do you know how many people have got in there? Like, because I used to work in internet. I've worked for Sky, and I've gone into people's houses pretty much for the last 10 years or something like that. The amount of people with the sign in their toilets, "If you sprinkle when you tinkle, beer sweet and wipe the seat." I swear it's in every fucking person over 40's house on their downstairs loo. Every fucking person.
I've got 11 more years to get one of them then.
No, it's mental. It's just fucking dry. Every time I see it, I just go, "Oh, fuck's sake."
Shit, Jake. Yeah, shit, Jake. What did you think walking into Simpsons as 16? Were you aware of its kind of stature at that age? Or?
Yes and no, because I remember actually like Simpsons when it was in Kenilworth. My dad used to eat there, and I just remember I knew of Simpsons. I didn't really know a lot about it at the time, but obviously when I'm going there, knew what my work experience was. I remember getting the book out and reading through it and whatever, and doing a bit of research on it. And it was only till I actually went there and walked through the door, I was like, just gobsmacked, I suppose. Like, wow, like I'm about to do this. Like I'm about to start my actual career properly in a Michelin Star restaurant. And yeah, I was just so nervous. 16 years old to walk into an environment like that. It's not an easy environment to walk into, but it's such a fun environment though as well. That's the main thing. It is a fun place to be. Yeah.
Was Luke the same then as he is now?
Man, you can't ask him. That's a loaded question. That is like.
He's a lot calmer than what he used to be, put it that way. But no, it's Luke's always been calm. He's always been
he strikes me as the type of guy.
He's always been
When we had him on, he was just so nice and cool.
Honestly, I can count on like one hand how many times he's like ever. I'd say lost it, but you know what I mean. That's it. Yeah, he's always so calm. He's going to hate me for saying this, but he always wins the Cool as a Cucumber award at the Christmas time. We have these wooden spoon awards. Always wins it. Yeah, always wins that Cool as a Cucumber.
He must have some eye for talent, him and Andreas. The amount of people that have come through the Simpsons kitchen, it's absolutely
amazing.
insane.
Yeah, like, I'm lucky enough to have worked with obviously loads of them over the last 11 years. obviously like Matt Chill, Adam Bennett, Nathan Eads, Christian Curtis. He was like sound. He was proper good. He was one of the best chefs I actually worked with. Jack Allibone, and the list just goes on. Stuart Daly. Literally just goes on. Yeah, very lucky.
Birmingham food scene really is a family tree, isn't it, of Simpsons? And Simpsons is the tree, and then
Everything comes
Testament to Andreas and Luke for that. Yeah, massive.
They created the food scene in Birmingham, like, and
Yeah.
it's flourished like in the last kind of 5 years or so.
Massively.
The roots were kind of laid down 20 years ago.
Well, I
with
remember when I
Simpsons.
first started Simpsons, it was only like Michelin Star wise, it was only Turner's, Pernow's, and Simpsons. That was it. There was the only three.
And nothing else close. Like
No,
nothing
exactly.
else even
I mean,
close.
obviously, I know Brad and Holly were open, and it was just in the kitchen was just Brad and Pete. I remember eating there when years ago, and it was just them two grafting. Now they've got a star actor with Ophim. I mean, it's massive. Like the Crossing, Kenilworth, Harrow, the pub. It's massive. There's so many food
And
scene
then
around.
places pushing as well, you know, like Folium.
Yeah, Folium was good.
Harborne Kitchen.
Folium was brilliant when I went. Yeah, massive. Yeah.
Harborne Kitchen as well is another good
I've not
one.
been. I need to go.
Oh, it's really
Yeah, I need
good.
to go.
Jamie's a
Harborne
good
Kitchen.
The
dude.
problem we've got is every time because we all close on the same time, don't we?
That's it. If you're supposed to eat, you all open, close on a Monday.
Hopefully, like the Meat Shack will listen to this and he will start opening up on Sunday nights. Paul, if you listen to it, you know where we are.
I
Yeah,
feel like
it seems like you get enough burgers delivered to you anyway from Meat Shack.
We have to go. Yes, no, that's not. Come on, that's nice and
Dutch
stinky.
piggies in the world.
Yeah, Dutch piggy all
I
day.
know,
long.
yeah, man. I love Meat Shack.
Mate,
Big
OPM as well. Got him.
Yeah, we're blessed Michelin Star and burger joints and curry
doing
houses.
well at the minute.
Them
for that,
three
yeah.
things, Birmingham
Pizzas
is
as
not
well.
missing.
I love Otto's.
Yeah, yeah.
Otto's is brilliant. Laggies, Lee baked in
big
brick.
fan,
We've got some brilliant food scene.
There's some stuff.
Just
that's
no one opens on a Monday,
ridiculous.
Tuesday.
Nah.
Poli does. I think Poli opens.
Is it?
It's in King's Eve, isn't it?
Yeah. Poli opens. That's pretty good. Yeah, definitely. I've been there. Oh no, hang on.
What we need is a
Oh,
good
no,
sandwich
I
shop.
fucking didn't. It
I'm
was-
a big. I love
I'm
I'm
sandwiches.
sure Poli's only
Sandwich
open
shop.
Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday.
I love Gup Shop.
Gupshup's
Gup
good.
shop. I like Gup shop.
Yeah,
I do.
I
Yeah.
haven't been
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
yet.
Great.
Oh,
I was
actually,
surprised.
Medicine. Medicine. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
decent.
that's it.
Serious.
Yeah.
That was
I didn't realise there was two, and I sat the one in
In the mailbox.
I sat in the one in mailbox waiting for like the guys to come, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the menu, I'm like, there's no Reuben sandwiches here, and I've kind of like, well, hopefully none of them listen to this, but I've just kind of like gone there and I've like blagged it. I'm like, I believe you got another medicine. They're like, yeah, New Street. So the guys are all waiting there. I didn't know there was a different menu. I just wanted to go for the Reuben because honestly, if you know me, I love sandwiches. I could eat a sandwich for breakfast,
Yeah.
lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, I'm a big sandwich guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one thing we probably are lacking.
proper
I
sandwich.
mean, there are
shops,
good
like, you know,
sandwich
like-
shops like Anderson and Hill. They do cracking
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Yeah, I think it's so bad. Like,
Can eat as well. Sturchley.
I
Yeah,
forget about
there's
it.
loads of sandwich places actually.
Bryson
James.
James. Yeah.
Have you been
Yeah.
upstairs at Bryson James?
Like, yeah.
Not yet. No, the breakfast look great there. They're good.
Unbelievable.
So I had a canny during the lockdown. I've never been to Grace and James. So that's the thing. It's bad because you want to go and see these places and support them, but your day off. Normally on a day off, you see them on a golf course on a Monday and a Tuesday, especially through the summer. That's all I would do on Monday, Tuesday, golf, and then Wednesday to Sunday. And it's bad, but you need to go. I do need to go and like see these
See,
guys.
when are you supposed to, like, we have this conversation with all the chefs, we name all these places, like, when am I going to go? You just can't go to them.
I feel like you should all start like a massive WhatsApp group and then take it in turns every
Yeah.
week to host.
Just have
all
a
the different
Monday.
we
people.
said
Like,
we
have a
said
Monday
this
club.
on a Sunday. What we said, me and we were talking about this in the kitchen of the week. We need like the Meat Shack to open up on one Sunday, then the OPM open on another Sunday, and everyone just takes it in turns on a Sunday night just to open up. I said, I reckon if you did it, the industry would get along and just go to it.
Yeah.
Like every 2 weeks, someone opens up and different on a Sunday night.
Yeah,
You'd smash it, I
We'll
think.
get together and just decide who's opening this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know you got to care about the staff's welfare and stuff and give them the time off. But if it's only once, like every 6 weeks or something, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
everyone takes it in turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say chefs some of the restaurants. That's it.
Like, anyone from hospitality, just book in. I mean, if it's 7 till 9, just do it. I mean, I think they'll absolutely smash it, and hopefully any of these boys will listen to it and actually get along with it. Because I know most of my team would be up for it, and I can imagine everyone else around the city will be up for it.
That'd be exciting as well, because you're like, oh, who we got in tonight? Oh, we've got cars are in, Folian people are in, these are in, this is in. You're like, I get to cook for all these people.
Well,
I'd buzz
Otto's. I was there last night. Otto's and Gary was there, and he said to me, "Oh, we've had like industry night. We've had Pernow's like coming in today. You're here now and stuff." There. Oh, yeah, Otto's is good. Yeah, Otto's is solid, really
It's
good.
not, you can be inspired by stuff as well. I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous because it's a pizza and you're like Michelin Star, legendary Simpsons, but you could oh, that combination goes. Wow, I didn't think of putting them two ingredients together. Maybe I'll try this dish, you know.
If Gary, if he listens to this as well, he's going to tell me off because he knows I always go for the number 6. Always, I sit in my spot. I have my number 6, and that's what I'm happy with.
Because I remember in the podcast with Luke said that they were working away for ages down at the old Simpsons down Kenilworth, and then the thing that really pushed them along is they used to save their tips or something, and then once a month,
Manger Club.
Yeah, would go and eat somewhere else, and then they started eating at some Michelin Star places and thinking, well, hold on, we're not far off this level, so we could all just push to this next bit and we'll get a Michelin Star, and that's what happened. He accredited that to his Michelin Star, like, you know.
Yeah, I do need. It's weird, isn't it? Because you do need to go and eat out more, but sometimes you just kind of you do your job and you kind of like I can't be bothered sometimes, but you do. Yeah, I've said it to myself recently. Next year I'm going to go out and eat, and I don't know if you've been Trinity in London in Clapham.
No.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, best steak tartare I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. I love it. I can go back just to eat a whole bowl of that. It's amazing. But yeah, just from any places to go. Yeah, we're quite lucky that London's only an hour and a half away on the train.
You can do it in a day, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm on about
definitely.
going down to see Back to the Future and eating at Core,
Yeah,
and I'm on about coming back the same day.
yeah, it's doable.
It's not doable getting a table at Core, though.
No, that's yeah. You have to go back to the future.
This time next year, that
Yeah,
is.
it's Core's different.
We know a
but
few people that have been, they've said it's insane.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
by a mile the best place to bet.
different level. I'm still saying Faviken, not Faviken. Sorry. Where did I eat? Sweden.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Why
about.
did I
Because
say
you went
Faviken?
with like Adam Bateman.
Adam Bateman, yeah, and,
Paul Foster and
yeah.
all them lads.
Where was it? What's it called? Oh, okay.
And the lift. He was on like the
Franzen,
lift.
sorry. Franzen.
Franzen, that was it.
Yeah,
And
I think it
the
was
lift
Highway.
changed
Colour.
lights and stuff, and the music changed.
Highway to Hell, I think it was. Like,
Yeah.
you're in the lift and it was quite dark, and as you got up, it was playing Highway to Hell, and then you just entered this magical culinary experience. It was like phenomenal. Even
He
the
said
toilets.
that was the best restaurant he's ever
Yeah, Adam
been
was
in.
adamant that's the best place.
100%.
Yeah,
And I'm lucky I've ate the fat duck as well, and that was an amazing. But yeah, Franzen was just insane, like insane. From the second you get there to the second you leave, you're like, it's just, yeah, it's incredible. And there's stuff like, as a chef, I shouldn't really admit to this, but there's a lot of stuff I don't actually like to eat. And there's one of them what was there, which was the sea bream dish with a sea urchin and champagne sauce and a pumpkin puree, I think it was. Yeah, pumpkin puree. Sea urchins and pumpkin are like a big no-no for me. Cannot stand them, hate them. And obviously you're sitting there in a 3-star, you're like, I can't say no to this, can I? You've got to just kind of sit there and just shut up and eat it, ain't you? And it was one of the best courses I've ever eaten.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like incredible, like genuinely incredible. But yeah, like, if you ever anyone gets an opportunity to go to Franzen, go, because you will love it, literally love it.
I feel that's the common feature of tasting menus in general. I've a few times looked at the menu, singled out a dish and thought, man, I don't like carrot. I'm not a massive fan of cauliflower. I'm not really going to like this dish. And then it turns out to be my favourite dish.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
weird,
fuck.
isn't it? Yeah, mental.
Maybe you just rated so low in your head that when it comes and it's not terrible, you're like, yes.
Either
This
I've
is
just been
good.
cooking pumpkin the wrong way for all these years, or
Yeah. Did you try and like, hang on, how's he managed to make this taste good?
I guess,
fucked up here.
yeah, God knows. That's why these boys are who they are, because they are just different level.
Yeah.
Different level.
I don't know how you make sea urchin taste any different other than just it tasting
Yeah.
I
like
guess
sea
it's the
urchin.
champagne, I suppose.
Yeah, it's got to have been something.
Champagne, yeah.
I don't mind sea urchin now. I'm alright with it.
Nah, it's not a thing.
You're allergic to it, ain't
No,
Oh, is it
it's,
not
yeah, no, lobsters, me and lobsters aren't very good with each other,
You're
yeah.
not? No way. That's
Which
good.
is,
I bet you learned the hard way doing that. Like in
yeah,
your
I
game.
had full on fit in the kitchen at the
Did
time.
you?
Really?
Joking.
Yeah, it's quite a fun experience. And then I went and ate a prawn at Christmas Day thinking it was just lobster. Christmas Day at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm having another fit at home with the family.
Shit.
Yeah, so I've learnt my lesson there. Don't eat a prawn. Don't,
Shellfish.
yeah.
Gone.
I still eat it, don't get me wrong, it's funny. I mean, it's like to live life on the edge, I suppose. I'm not going to give up food like that, am I?
What's
Keep an
happened to
EpiPen
Leo?
on,
Oh,
man.
it's just been. Is that the lobster again?
Just having a 5
It'd
minute
be
lie
alright
down,
in a
it'd be
minute.
alright in about 10 minutes. It'd be fine.
Cancel the ambulance. It's fine.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
Luke was telling us a lot. Like his passion for training young chefs really shone through in our podcast. How was he when you started? Did he take you under the wing, like? Or?
Slightly different, actually. When I first started, I actually had Matt Chill, who was the sous chef at the time. Matt took me under his wing quite a lot. And then
Because that's how a brigade works in the kitchen. Because there's a lot of people like us probably wouldn't know. Isn't your sous kind of handles like the hands-on, and then the head chef's more of a general.
yeah, 'cause, like obviously Simpsons was big at the time when it had Luke. It's got Luke as just like executive director, and you got Adam Bennett as your head chef and Matt Chill. You ain't gonna get three like better chefs in the kitchen. You know what I mean? That's a lethal combination. That is phenomenal. You know what I mean? As a young chef working with them three in the kitchen, it was like, yeah, you just stood back and watched it. It was like freaking brilliant. It was, and then obviously the team around him as well. But yeah, I suppose when I was 16, getting into the kitchen, Matt took me under his wing quite a lot. It was more Matt at the time, and then obviously you grow up and Luke starts to guide you. It's a bit of a weird one at the time. Matt was quite young at the time as well. Matt was like late 20s, early 30s. So Matt took me under his wing, I suppose. I used to have a bit more of a relationship with Matt. I'm not saying I never had a relationship with Chef at all. I mean, it's not like that at all. But you build a connection, don't you, with someone, I suppose. And that's how it kind of went. And then as I developed, my relationship grew with Luke as well. Same with Adam, grew. And then just kind of worked out like that, I suppose. Yeah, just never. And then turned out now I'm Luke's right-hand man.
Did any of them try and poach you, take you with them? All the big names that you had and meant to open their own restaurants?
Difficult, really, because me and Matt had a little chat once. And then it was just kind of, it was like, don't get me wrong, it was never, it was never a bad thing that I didn't go to Matt or anything like that. I never thought about going to the Cross when Adam opened there, because the Cross had its own team at the time. But it just felt right. I had an opportunity, when you just had a gut feeling. Like when Matt left Simpsons in 2015, he almost had his team set up before he even opened up, and for me it was an opportunity to go actually progress here at Simpsons. So I took the opportunity at Simpsons to progress, and Nathan came in as well in 2015. I learnt quite a lot from Nathan. Big respect for him at the time, and so it's kind of I guess your channel just kind of tells you where to go, I suppose. And the opportunity just came for me to progress and kind of become like a sous chef, senior sous at Simpsons.
I suppose if you're already happy at Simpsons, why would you jump?
Yeah, exactly. And it was I guess if you're not challenging yourself every day, then you get bored at your job. But Simpsons is a beast. It's an animal. Every day is a different day. It's every day is fun. It is a fun place to work, don't get me wrong. And it has its moments. It's stressful. But any job's stressful, I suppose. A police officer does the same. Yeah, they have a lot of stress. From an accountant, every job. I mean, I'm only cooking food. I'm not saving someone's life. So you can make it as stressful as you like. But yeah, it's not stressful. I don't think it's stressful because you have fun with it. You're working with the best produce. I'm very lucky. Andreas and Luke give me the backing to put stuff on the menu, which we're lucky to have. The best fillets or the best bit of meat, the best bit of fish from best vegetables you can get your hands on. Very lucky to have that. So why wouldn't you be happy when it comes in the morning and you see these beautiful fish and meat coming in there and all the vegetables coming in? Well, I don't see why you wouldn't be happy, would you?
No, well, we've both been lucky enough to eat there a couple of times now, and it seems there's something really, really special about the place.
That's because of Luke and Andreas, and obviously the team as well. John Luca, the general manager, but the core is them two, isn't it? You can't knock that from them two. It kind of oozes from them. You can feel it. You can feel their vibe. When you go into Simpsons, you're going into like Luke Tipping and Andreas' kind of home, hospitality at home. You feel that the second you walk in. Yeah,
laid back, but everyone's absolutely on point. Every single person knows exactly what they're doing.
You don't see what I'm like in the kitchen. I'm obviously.
That's it. You can see into your kitchen, can't you?
Yeah, you can see a lot of things
right
into the kitchen.
There.
Yeah, you have to be careful, I suppose, sometimes.
Would you say it's Andreas and Luke that attracts the talent, or is it the whole kind of just the kind of myth of the Simpsons? I think
it's obviously definitely them two, but it's the magic of Simpsons, definitely. Yeah. It's been how long they had the Star. They've had the Star since 2000. 22 years, 21 years, sorry.
21 years.
Yes, to have a Michelin star for 21 years, year in, year out, to retain it every year, that's a massive achievement in themselves. And to be able to do that, I think that's what brings people to Simpsons. Yeah, we are one of the oldest around. We've been going since 93, 94. So to be even a business to be going that long, a restaurant that long, that's like hands down to them. Fair play to them. They're like massive achievement. That is massive. I respect that. Like, it's a shame because you do see a lot of restaurants come and go like here and there, which is obviously you never want to see any restaurant fail or go under. But to see Simpsons still going from 1993, that's like a credit to them. Yeah, massive.
So obviously you're head chef now.
Yeah.
How does that pressure kind of feel on you to maintain that stuff? Does it come with pressure, or is it you don't seem like a man who's...
Yeah, I guess because you've worked there for so long, it's just naturally it's drilled into you. You don't. You only have one. You only have one standard, and that's. So let's say one day I leave. When I do leave, whatever happens, I only know one standard now. So whether I go back to a fish and chip shop, I only know one level of cooking. So that's the way we think about it. And I don't let the head chef thing kind of, it doesn't get to my head or anything like that. It's just go in and just crack on, really, don't you? That's it. I think I'm a laid back kind of guy, so I don't really. It doesn't really. It just kind of goes over my head, I suppose.
Yeah.
Did it do the opposite? Did it inspire you? Like, especially you look back at the history of all the head chefs that have come before.
Yeah,
20
massive.
years, and you thought, wow,
There was.
I must be all right at this job. I've managed to work my way up to head chef at one of the best restaurants.
Well, I
in the
rang
city.
3 people straight away as soon as like Luke kind of told me. I was like, "You're like a kid, ain't you? That's what every chef dreams to
Did
be."
he do anything special to tell you or anything?
No, he just told me that, like
Yeah.
he just come in. Honest, this is how it happens. He just he'd just been away for a few days. Him and the general manager. He come back. He just came into the kitchen and he just stood there, looked around, and then he just kind of went upstairs, had a chat with Andreas, and come back downstairs and goes, "Just promoted you to head chef." I was like, "Okay, thank you." Like, that was what it was. Literally, there was nothing. Yeah, nothing really changed because I was kind of doing the role with like the senior sous title. You get all these like titles, but I was just kind of doing the role anyway. My job is there to support Luke and the team as much as I can, get the job done, and that's what it was. So there was no change in kind of that kind of responsibility. And then I remember ringing up my parents straight away because, I mean, the head chef of a Michelin Star restaurant now, it's kind of like, I was buzzing. I mean, my mum cried a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, head chef of a Michelin star restaurant, but then head chef of Simpsons, like that's a different beast, man. That like someone says that it's
It's
got
like the Michelin Star
it's got
restaurant.
a prestige, hasn't it? Like before.
I don't like to think of it because when you say it like that, it makes me more nervous. It panics me.
Sorry, man.
It makes me scared. That does. It does. But I just kind of just embrace it, don't you, and just enjoy it. And it's just all about the food and the service, and just relaxed. And you can see that. I think you can see that in the food what we do at Simpsons. And we're lucky again. He's going to kill me for this, but he's 55, 56 this year, and a huge amount of respect for him because he still grafts. He's not an offer. He hates the word office. He's not one of them. He's in his whites in the kitchen, and he'll graft with us. If I say to him, like, chef, like, we're in the shit tomorrow, he'll be in for 9 o'clock there and there. You know what I mean? The other day, he was putting the orders away with me, like, inspecting everything, putting the orders away. What chef director has to do that? You know what I mean? You don't, especially not like at his age, whatever. I suppose I'm making him sound really old now. He's gonna kill me for this. But no, you know what I mean? What director does that? I don't think I know any. Like, I don't know, but I suppose I don't see their kitchens, but. I like to think I don't think many chef directors would do that, and he comes in and he cracks me up because we're off and he'll be texting me, sending me Instagram videos and WhatsApping me, and we ping ideas back and forth. We run the golf course, we play golf Mondays or Tuesdays, and again we're just pinging ideas. We have a laugh and a joke. We look at other people. We take inspiration from a lot of chefs, and that's how how we evolve. But he doesn't stop. On fair play to him, I hate it when he gets in his car in the afternoon and he's driving home because I'll get a phone call when he gets home. I've got an idea. You know what I mean? But that's how he works, and that's why Simpsons is Simpson, because of the way he's always on it. And fair play to him, like, he gets up in the morning and he's texting me, I've got an idea, pings, and he's just pinging. That's what Simpsons is about, and it's fun, and that's why I guess we are where we are, because he doesn't stop. Fair play to him. Yeah.
Constantly evolving.
Yeah, I'd say constantly evolving. Yeah, I mean, he changed so much. Like I think it was 4 years between the two times I went.
Oh, because you came, you said in the old style, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before the refurb.
I think I just came just after the refurb,
Okay.
like one of the first weeks, and then obviously after the Luke episode, and the menu was completely different, man. Like, and I feel like it gone up another level. And I know that even Luke said he felt like the current menu is probably the best that they've done it.
Yeah, it's just because after the refurb, I suppose, because everyone knows Simpsons as this high class fine dining, and Luke will always say he hates the word fine dining. It's just about coming to having it's fine food in a fine environment. That's what he would kind of say. And Simpsons, obviously, it was always kind of like a dinner suit, tie, or whatever it was, and having that transformation from that kind of old school Simpsons to then going to this big kind of wooden oak and dining room. It was a big, huge transition, and a lot of customers who were coming at the time when it first reopened, oh, this is not Simpsons, blah blah blah. I want the old Simpsons. Where's the tablecloths and stuff like that? And then the way I thought about it, you got Luke, and Andreas, who are from the older generation. I'm going to say that, not anything else. You got them two who are from the older generation, I suppose. And if they've adapted from old school and moved it to the new way of cooking in restaurants, then fair play to them. I mean, if they've adapted, then sure, everyone else can adapt. And when you probably came, obviously, after the refurb, it was teething issues, or like anything, because you just kind of, you're opening up and you're trying to find your way. And
Well, it wasn't bad by any
No, of
means,
course.
like, just saying, but this time was like next level, like unbelievable.
I said even from when we ate to that time after we did the Luke into, I ate there a couple of months after that.
Yeah, you came
and it
in.
felt like it got up even again, especially that artichoke salad. I didn't stop talking about this artichoke salad with people.
yeah, the truffle salad.
Yeah, because it's probably the nicest thing I've ever eaten.
Still on the menu now, actually.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's
So
fantastic.
I think it's our signature. We were trying to agree to it. I think we think it's our signature dish now.
Yeah, as soon as I tried it, it's one of them things, and I started yumming, and I never yum when I was eating. I was like, oh my god, Ron, this is the one. This is. It was
Fair
mad.
play to Andreas and Luke though, because they were probably packed every week as it was. They didn't have to make them changes.
No,
like,
didn't
they could
have
have
to.
just stayed as was.
You could have just stayed as the old Star Simpsons, but I don't think would we be as we are now if we didn't do that change. I mean, if that makes sense, would we?
Yeah.
Would we be as busy and still as? Yes, I think we would be as such, but not to where we are to this today. I mean,
Do you feel like restaurants like Noma and stuff had kind of changed the way it was? Because once Noma come along, the whole kind of old French thing was out the window, and it was all
100%. The
Nordic,
Scandinavian
wasn't it?
cooking that made a massive influence to the British cuisine, I think, as well. 100%. Yeah, a lot of people taking inspiration from that. The Nordic Scandi-Nordic style cuisine. A lot of people take influences from that.
But the whole style as well, like it wasn't as stuffy. There was
Chefs going out to
comedy,
take food. Imagine
yeah.
like years ago, you going out and sitting in Simpsons and chefs coming out to bring food to you. Like, what are you doing? Now it's good actually, because you do see that with customers. I guess when they're sitting there, they talk to the waiter. They can ask the waiter the questions, but they don't actually feel that interaction. But like, I've had it loads of times. I'll go out and the customer like, oh, hi, how are you? And then they were like, oh, yeah, good things. And then they'll ask you questions like, you stood there about 5 minutes. I'm like, I've got to crack on, and you could have eat your food because your steak's gone cold now.
Yeah.
But they just ask you questions because they think, like, I guess it's because of that interaction of the chefs coming out to come and see you, like to serve your food. They can ask you questions about the food, the menu, etc. And then it kind of breaks down that whole barrier kind of.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot more interactive, and it's not as I don't like hoity-toity as a word, but if I know I've got to put a shirt and shoes on and all this shit to go to a restaurant, I just won't fucking go. I'm like, no, I'm not. Yeah. I am not dressing up to go and eat food, especially when I'm the fucker paying loads of fucking money for it. I should be able to wear what I want when I go to the restaurant.
Well, I remember
feeling comfortable.
We went out one night somewhere. I can't remember where we went. It must have been shit though, and they wouldn't let you in because you had trainers on.
I know.
And this is what he said to the bouncer. He said, "Hang on a minute."
There was a bouncer at the front door of a restaurant.
There was it was a bar.
Oh,
it was just a bar, some shit bar. I don't know where it was, but Carl actually said, "Oh, well, I went to Michelin Star Adams last week in these fucking trainers, but they're not good enough for your shitty pub." And then walked away.
I cannot stand dress codes, wind me up something wrong. But this is the night, like, puts you at ease.
Yeah, but my mate texted me.
It's a nice place.
When did he text me? Sunday, I think it was, and he said to me, he's coming to eat next week, and he said, "Oh, we're out to wear shorts." I said, "Yeah, cool, sure." I mean, It's about feeling comfortable. Really.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I mean, you don't go in tracky bottoms.
No, of
like,
course
you dress
not.
up a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, shirt and tie for dinner is just.
yeah,
I mean, years ago, you had to keep a suit jacket on. Like,
Yeah,
that's
there's,
where
well, we
dinner
were talking about
jacket-
that again, like the Ritz, a place like that. Don't get me wrong, that's the way they work and that's the way they operate. I can't knock that. You just traditions, yeah, exactly, traditions, and that's how they are. And fair play to them. But I guess if I wanted to take my jacket off and someone said to me, "Can you kind of put that back on, please?" I'd be like, "Oh, not really. I want to kind of enjoy my evening."
I went to a restaurant in New York when we were in New York, and they said like at the beginning you have to keep your jacket on. I was like, okay, it's red hot in here, man.
Stupid,
It's
man.
roasting. How about some air conditioning then, mate? Like, you know what I mean? Ridiculous.
I can't
Just
stand
don't
all
need
that
that.
shit.
Nah, like no. Traditions are traditions, but sometimes
You have to move with the times.
you have to move with the times. Yeah, very
It's
true.
not only that, but gee, like you could go and buy a fucking suit from Tesco's or Sainsbury's, like for like
40 quid.
40 quid. But then somebody comes in and like, I'm not really into training, so I'll butcher this, but you know, like £200 like Jordans or something. You know what I mean?
I know which one I'd rather have.
Yeah.
Jordans all day, man.
£40 suit, please.
Cut the legs off, into shorts.
Sure, yeah, it's the first time I've wore trousers. I'm not, obviously I wear. You see, if you know me, you'll see me. I'm always in shorts for the whole year, like the snow. I'm always in shorts. Today I put trousers on outside of work, and I feel absolutely horrible. Like, it's horrible.
It's nasty,
I feel
isn't it?
uncomfortable now. You know what I mean? And I'm wearing trousers outside of work.
We genuinely had a snowball fight and you were wearing shorts in December.
Yeah, snow, shorts and t-shirt. I'm happy with that. I might wear a little jacket. That's it. Yeah. I hate trousers. Hate them.
I hate shirts. I hate having to wear a shirt. It's because I'm in the wrong size for a shirt. I'm just not built for shirts. Yeah, and I don't do ties.
That's high, man.
I have to leave the top button undone and the like tie down a little
It
bit.
is
I
kind of
can't put
nice
it
though
up.
when you do have to dress up for an occasion. It is nice to be able to.
But I
do it.
think putting like a short sleeve shirt on is dressing up for an occasion.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, oh, I've put an effort on now. I've had to do more than 2 buttons up.
How would you describe your style of food?
Very clean, very none of this pissing around with any of it. Kind of just clean, well presented, tasty food. That is the key word, tasty.
Yeah.
If it's not tasty, it's no good. Then I suppose.
You can throw as many foams and fucking shit at a plate as you like. If it
If it's
don't
not
taste
tasting
good,
anything,
then
yeah.
what's the fucking point?
Well, it is the point, yeah.
At what point in Simpsons did you get to have an input on the menu?
Luke's very open actually with that. He's even if you're a commie, whatever, apprentice, if you've got some good idea, Luke will listen to you, and that's how it works, and that's why Simpsons is what it is. Because what we would do to it, is if people forget Simpsons is an animal. We do some big numbers there. The one thing we have to make sure we do is consistency. So when you come on a Tuesday lunch and a Saturday night, we've got to be the same. So some people are like, yeah, I've had many of ideas when I've sat there and gone, right. The question is, can you do that for a 30, 40 cover lunch service? But can you do that same thing for a 60, 70 cover dinner service? Yes, fine. No good. We have to go back to the drawing board. And that's where the whole idea, the lads will come in and like, I don't know, I've got an idea for this rhubarb sorbet. I don't know, let's say for that, for example. Luke's open to it. Yeah, he's very much open to it.
So what kind of sadist decided to make a souffle your signature dish?
Pardon?
What kind of sadist decided to make a souffle your signature dish?
I don't know, we just do souffles really well at Simpsons.
That must be so hard to do, like for
so
like
nice.
that many covers or something.
I guess so, it is, yeah. Well, just got to have good pastry chefs or good chefs, I suppose.
Yeah.
Again, it's just good, good education, training them well, and making sure they know what to do and the whole procedure's done correctly. And yeah, the first ever time I went to Simpsons, I remember it was a toffee souffle and a banana and lime ice cream.
Oh.
Fucking incredible it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I remember this is why I love Simpsons as well, because when I first ever sat there, if you can remember your food, you know you've had a good experience. You'll always remember the shit meals as well, because you think, I ain't going back there again because I had this problem.
Yeah.
And you never remember the in between. You remember the good and the bad. And I still remember I had scallop ravioli with like caviar cream sauce, duck liver with this, like what it used to be an ex-Simpsons like dish, duck liver with like gingerbread, banana, like amazing it was that, and then lamb with green beans, feta and olive. That was like incredible. And then the toffee souffle and banana and lime ice cream. You just like in heaven, absolute heaven. I can still taste it now. That's what, and that's what basically said to me, oh, I'm going to work here. I want to work here. I mean, because of that flavour bomb, everything was tasty. Everything was like just super, super tasty.
Yeah. To give people an idea, because I've wanted to ask a few chefs this question, I've always forgot.
Oh God, here we go.
You're a head chef. Could you give people an idea of your typical? I know each day is going to be different, but what time do you get in? What are you doing for the whole day, and what time are you actually leaving? Because people don't seem to appreciate the amount of work that chefs actually have to go through.
We'll aim to get in for anywhere between 8:30 and 9. First thing to do is orders. That's the first part of the day. Orders. Well, you get changed, get ready. Orders are the first part initially. Checking the orders off, make sure everything's coming in right, getting them adjusted, getting them in the fridge, getting them all stored away. And then it's a matter of, obviously everyone knows what section, because we've got a rota, everyone knows what section they're doing. But it depends, like let's say for example me, sometimes I might be actually cooking like the meat and fish. So I'll just crack on in the morning, crack on with the meat and fish. Obviously I've still got other bits and bobs to like make sure everyone else is setting up. But if I'm just on the sauce or if I'm just on, it's a matter of like making sure. I just like the other day, like my week consisted of, all last week was I didn't actually have a section. I just kind of jumped on with the guys. Right, you give me that job, I'll do that job, I'll do that job. Just crack on, making sure everyone's set up. You get ready for, let's say 11:30. Have staff food. Get ready for service 12 o'clock. Service comes. Do your service 3 hours, I suppose, about 2.5, 3 hours worth of service. Clean down. Always a big deep clean, like every twice a day. I mean, after lunch, deep clean. Sometimes a couple of guys have got a couple of little jobs left to do. Try and get them quickly done, and then we can send them on a break. It all depends on how busy you are. Sometimes you get an hour break, 2 hour break, not even up to 2.5. Back again about 5:30, 6, ready for dinner service. 7 o'clock comes, everyone's ready for dinner. Crack on with dinner service, clean down, and then we'll have a team doing the cleaning down, a team in the fridge doing orders, prep lists, getting everything ready. If there's any functions going on the following day or any private parties we need to know about, anything we need to order, anything, etc. And then hopefully we try and game to get out anywhere between 11 and like midnight. I mean, Saturday night's always about midnight, I suppose.
So you're looking 8:30 in the morning till midnight that night.
Yeah, but then what we try and do anyway at the moment is this. I mean, it's not like slave labour at all. We're trying to make sure.
Yeah, people are getting fed, they're getting breaks.
Well, but we're doing the old 3 day on, 3 day off, 4 day on kind of. So you're getting 3 days off a week. We're bringing that into play. We've been trying to work it into play. Sometimes it might be, you might get 2 nights off in the week again. So you might actually only work, like say Wednesday lunch, Thursday lunch, and then you're back in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because we don't open Sunday evenings either. We finish Sunday about 6 o'clock. So we're quite lucky again. So Andreas we're trying to keep to the 48-hour weeks, and
it's not, people aren't doing this 7 days a week every week. This is just a few days of the week.
That's like the old days. Even then, it was never like that anyway. It's we're trying to stick to the 48-hour, 50 weeks kind of thing. Everyone's got to live their life. You know?
Yeah.
Was it like that when you started? Was it rough or?
Yes and no, really. I guess it wasn't as much of a thing like, or what's going on. What's the word for it? The whole kind of
like beasting and.
Yeah, it wasn't. Even Simpsons has never been
that.
No, it's never been a beastie. It's had its obviously every kitchen has its pressured environment, I suppose. But Simpsons has never been that kind of moment. Like you've always had. Before I did the right, Luke was doing the right years ago. You've always had your 2 days off, and the Sunday night you always had off. So it's 2.5 weeks off, and then.
Which was unusual anyway back then.
Exactly that, even 12 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, it's and like if you like, if you had to work the whole day from like 9 in the morning till like 11, it was kind of normal kind of thing. Even then, it was like normal. I'm not saying like back when in the 70s and 80s and 90s, that was even harder. I suppose you literally did work 17-hour shifts, 18-hour shifts. That's not a thing. That's no good. That is just like slave labour. That's not a thing. And Luke's and Andres have never been like that. They've never wanted anyone. Luke always says, get on a break, because if you don't go on a break, clear your head, you're going to come back, you're just going to be like a slug, I suppose. You're just kind of constantly going at one pace. If you can get out of the kitchen for an hour or so, go and clear your head, go for a walk, go and sit down, you come back and you actually focus a lot better and you work more methodical. Luke's always been very conscious about everyone's well-being.
It's smart though as well.
He was ahead of the game on that one then, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same with Andreas. Yeah, always been like that. They've never wanted anyone to work 70, 80, 90 hours a week. Never, ever. Yeah. Not a thing.
So you're still working long hours, but nothing mental. We don't want to talk too much about COVID all the time, but obviously you've had the best part of 18 months that you haven't been able to work a lot. Was it weird doing nothing all of a sudden? Or?
No, I loved it. Absolutely loved
Loves
it.
working, loves doing nothing as well, man.
We had it was pretty weird. Don't get me wrong. It was so I spent the first week when Boris said closed down the first time. I spent a week in Birmingham on my own just because I thought, obviously, COVID. Oh, what is it? You know what I mean? I didn't want to take it. If I had it, go back to my mum and dad's and give it to them. No one really, you didn't really know much about it, did you?
Scary shit. When it back then, everyone thought, "Fuck, am I going to get this and die?" Or what
exactly
the fuck?
that. Yeah. Going to like Morrison's wearing Breaking Bad actually, suits and
The
stuff.
whole suit, yeah.
Yeah, I was putting black bags all over me to try and make sure I wasn't getting anything. So the first lockdown, I suppose, I spent a week at home and then I moved back to mum and dad's. So I just thought, I'm not going to stay in Birmingham on my own. But you don't know how long it was going to go on for, whatever. Moved back home, loved it. It was nice getting my mum, winding my mum up every day, doing stupid videos, having a crack, I suppose. Nice to spend time with mum and dad again. I've got 3 older sisters and I've got 5 nephews. So obviously, I didn't really see it because the 2 got families, but me and my sister were still there. And it was just nice to be able to kind of be, I guess, like a family again, because I live in Birmingham, they live there. And then after about 3 weeks, me and the old man kind of said, let's just open up the chip shop again. So I was back in the chip shop. I was living life here.
That's cool.
I just started serving, asking. Customers are coming in who obviously haven't seen me for years, and they've been going to the chip shop for obviously 30 something years, and they were coming in going, "Oh, funny you were here. I wouldn't be asking for fish and chips, it'd be steak and chips," and just having a bit of banter. It was nice. Just cracked on. Helped out in the chip shop. It kept me busy. Like that's what kept me going. Yeah. And then before I knew it, Andreas phoned me up saying, "Do you want to come back to do the takeaways?" So then I was doing the Simpsons at home. Stuart was doing the Stuart Dealey at home, and then we had the Cross at home. And then that kind of merged back into the restaurant during the summer last year. And then obviously the second lockdown happened in November, and it just went over so it was a bit of a blur. As soon as I went to the chip shop, it was a bit of a blur. And during the time actually in the chip shop, which was quite a nice thing, the guys in Digbeth, I can't remember their names now, sorry, but we teamed up with Cray at 670, and we started cooking for the NHS on a Monday, which was quite nice. So I did the Monday slots. I think we did about 4, maybe 5, I think it was. I took a couple of my guys from Simpsons. We met up there, doing I think 500 meals, I think it was, dividing it between 2 hospitals. So that was quite a nice thing to do. And then my uncle, who owns like a pie factory, he sponsored some pies, so we ended up doing my dad sponsored them, like the potatoes from the chip shop. We did pie and mash. It was a good thing. It was kind of a nice thing. You're doing something back to the community, which was good. And especially me being kind of local around here now, nice thing to do for the QE and stuff, and for the QE and the Heartlands. But yeah, so that happens, and then back into the industry, back into the restaurant. Busy summer period, and then November happened again, and then again I shouldn't say this again, but it was nice. December, obviously, you wanted to work because you're missing your job. But during the second lockdown, I actually spent like a lot of time with my family again, and embraced seeing my nephews a lot more, because I think by then my sister moved pretty much back home, and it was just spending time with my family, seeing my nephews grow. That was a brilliant thing to do. So I embraced it differently, and I can imagine there was a lot of people out there who took it the opposite, like struggling, and mental health was a massive issue, and I feel for them, because I would. If I didn't have my family or my friends, anyone would be in that same situation. So I was very fortunate. I embraced it and spent time with my nephews and my family, and that was the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely undoubtedly awful. But also on the flip side, you got to be honest. If you had a good time, you had a good time. You know, I did. Like mostly, I was lucky. I was fortunate. I didn't know anyone who was hurt or or anyone with it. So I got to spend a lot of time with my daughter, you know. So it was nice. But do you think, have you had many chefs leave the industry because of it?
I know of a few chefs who have left the industry, not necessarily at Simpsons itself, but just from the chefs.
It must be weird. From the age of 16, you're working just mad unsociable hours, and then all of a sudden you get your Christmas off, you've had your birthday off, you've had your wife's birthday and kids' birthdays off, and it could be easy to get used to that then.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
and then you think, wow, there's probably other jobs I could do for the same money where I do get to see all of this?
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. If honestly, I wouldn't know what to do. If I left the industry, I wouldn't know what to do. I'm a professional golfer, professional golfer. I'm trying to get there. I've said to Luke the other day, I was cracking up. I said, once I become pro, you can give up cooking, or you become my caddy, and we'll just travel the world and become pro.
See what you got a handicap?
I'm actually putting my cards in now, but I've been playing off single figures the last few weeks.
Shit.
I wanted to be a golfer when I was a kid.
I was gonna say you got to be close if you're off the single figures.
Yeah, I play off 9 at the moment, give or take. But I'm just putting my card through now. So yeah, that's one of them. But
See, you play with Luke quite a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to get you sacked, but who's better?
Me, he knows it as well. I'm not going to deny that. He's gonna.
Is he competitive? It seems like he might be quite competitive.
Weirdly, no. Like if there's like when there's me, Matt, Jill,
Yeah.
and Luke, and then I don't know, like then it gets a little bit competitive. We have a bit of a crack and a bit of a joke. But when it's me, it's just like tomorrow, me and Luke are just going to play. It would just be a laugh, and we'd have a walk around, like talk about menu, have a laugh, and whatever it is, just talk about food, and that's what it's about. We just have a laugh. But when like it's funny because Matt plays with us, and it gets like
It gets a bit more competitive then.
Yes and no. It's just a bit of a laugh. Matt just takes the piss, and Matt's brilliant. Matt just like takes the piss out of me, and like vice versa, and it's just funny. We just have a crack, and that's what it's about. Anyway.
Oh man, I cannot laugh when I'm playing golf. It's not a fun sport. It's one of them things. It's rather like good crack and you're having a nice time, or it's the worst fucking 4 hours of the whole week.
You're telling me, yeah. Well, when
it's
you're
an
trying to break,
absolute nightmare.
I keep saying to myself, Luke always takes the piss because every time we stand there at Kings Norton on the blue, we stand there and I'll take my drive and I'll look at him and go, I'm breaking 80 today. I'm breaking 80. And he's like, yeah, go on then. And then I'll like shoot like on 84, 85, and he just like, you're not going to break 80 today, are you? He always says it. He looks at me like, all right, yeah, go on, mate.
Are you naturally competitive?
Am I? Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yes and no. Yeah, I am. I am quite. Yeah, I am. I don't know.
Look at me to ask a question. You did
Yeah, I am quite. Pardon?
Won at Monopoly last week. You nearly flipped the table.
Oh, fucking yeah, I nearly went mental. Playing Monopoly at our friend's house. Fucking nearly flipped the table over here. Forgot about that.
You know, I don't know if I've ever finished a game of Monopoly.
No, but I don't know what Monopoly was it. It was
It's like Monopoly Go.
Monopoly Go, some fake Monopoly.
No, I don't even know how you would end a game. I don't know how does a game Monopoly end.
God knows, I never even know.
Forfeit through
Table
boredom. Yeah.
being
Table being
Yeah,
flipped.
table being
Yeah, that's
flipped, yeah.
exactly it. Table flip.
Glasses thrown.
Yeah, fucking him lying to you. I've got Alex here next to me, and he lies to you. It's good bluff. That's what it is. It's just poker. It's like a Monopoly poker game. That's what it is. And when you get caught, get caught out on it, I just nearly flip the table. I did.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
bringing
you've got
it.
one fucking hotel. How do I keep ending up on your
No.
hotel?
That's exactly what I sounded like. You're saying that, and I did. But no, overall, yeah, no, I am quite competitive. Yeah, but
Was it that made you have a go at MasterChef?
weirdly, actually, I didn't want to do MasterChef.
Yeah.
Nah.
No,
How did it
it's a
come about? Though?
So well, no, I'm not saying I didn't want to do it. That's the wrong thing to say. So we got the email. The restaurant got the email, the reservations. So they sent it to us in like the group chat and WhatsApp, whatever it was. And I just, me being me, I just went, oh yeah, all right, I'll do it. Like, wink, wink. And then like Luke responded back, going, yeah, go on, thumbs up. And then Andreas put a thumbs up, and I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that, no chance. And then next day comes in, like they're like, have you applied? I said, no. I was only joking. They were like, no, go on, I'm just going to apply, see what happens. What's the worst that's going to happen? And I'm like, I get onto the program. That's what's going to happen. And then they were like, no, just go and apply. They said, Luke, and they said, like, we think you're ready for it. Just go for it. It's been a good opportunity. If you get on, you get on. Like, amazing. So I went upstairs, went and did all the applications. Then like 6 weeks later, I think it was, I got a phone call from them. They were like, yeah, you've passed that. And I was like, Chef, I passed this part. Like, and then like the next one happens. I said, Chef, that's fucking passed this part. And then it's like, next minute, you know, yeah, I'm on the program. I'm like, oh God, here we go. If any chef, anyone who's been on MasterChef, if they say that skills test is like easy peasy, then they're absolutely load of absolute like crap, because it's the worst thing in the freaking world. And that is like, honestly, you cannot, no matter how good you are, when you know you're going to go onto national television in a few months' time, you got millions of people going to watch it. I'm born and raised in a fish and chip shop, and there was a cod's head in front of me. I know what to do with a cod's head, and I picked up my knife with my left hand. I'm right-handed. I didn't know what to do. I just panicked. And then like when you got like, I know it's Marcus Waring, you know what I mean, 2-star. Well, Michelin Star chef, Greg and Monica. I mean, they're not like small profile people. They're big boys these are. And when they don't give you any kind of, you just like blank canvas faces, and you just start staring at you, and you're like, this is fucking horrible. This is like, what am I doing?
Also,
what
you're
am I doing?
representing your restaurant as
Yeah,
well.
exactly
like,
that,
so it's
yeah.
like, oh,
Like, you're representing yourself, your restaurant, everyone, your family.
God.
Honest to God, like every time you had to stand in the line, and they were like, I'm going out. I'd actually, like, obviously at the time, the only people who knew when I was doing it was obviously the guys at work. Weirdly, some of them didn't even know how I was even on it, but the guys at work, my mum and dad and my sisters and Luke, and Andreas, obviously. And every time I'd like cook something, I'd ring up chef. Oh, chef, I'm out. I'm going to be out. I've fucked it here. Like. And he goes, no, what I want you to do, I explain something. And he goes, no, you'll be all right. Just get through it. You'll be all right. Just like be positive. All right, son. Like an hour later, fucking, I made it. I'm through like that. Like we cheer and FaceTime the family. It was like, don't get me wrong. That was like the fun part, because no one knew what was going on around you, but your family knew, and Luke. And it was just like nice, because it was like, I mean, it was fun. But still, yeah, most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done. And I'm not going to sit here and say you didn't. The people who win that program are the people who have the confidence and that ability just to kind of break that wall and smash it. And that's what I'll put my hands on. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, yeah, I messed up a few times. I managed to get through, and I just didn't have the confidence, and that's what it was. And I'm not going to say, I know I'm a good cook, and I'm not going to say, you just had a bad day in the kitchen, that's what it was. And I didn't have the confidence in myself to break down that wall. If you do have that confidence, you're going to smash it in that program. And that's what like Stuart smashed it. I mean, and everyone else I know, from the guys who were in my year, they absolutely smashed it, because they had that confidence to kind of, I mean, we want this.
I think if you get past the first round, you've done really well.
Yeah.
You do really well.
There's nothing worse than going out in the first round, though, is it? Imagine going out in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's harsh, though, because we've had someone on it before who'd done the normal MasterChef, and they were telling us about how different it is between the filming and what you see on telly.
Yeah,
and
total opposite.
so like he's like, your food's sitting there for like half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, and the rest sometimes.
Yeah.
Depends on how many are there.
And he's like, you're sitting there stressing because oh shit, I've made a creamy like mushroom sauce, and now it's fucking sitting there going fucking mint. Oh no.
I remember once I did this. Luke still like takes the piss, and the guys who like know me take the piss still. So we had this herb challenge, and you just walked into this room, and there was like, you name the herb, there was herbs of whatever you wanted, it was there, and there was like crabs to pork to beef, loads of protein, loads of vegetables, but herbs was the main challenge. So in my head, I don't know why I ever did this, but I wanted to do lovage, because I thought, oh, lovage, yeah, lovely herb. I'm going to do it with pork and stuff. God knows what combination I was thinking. But the panic, the nerves got to me. And I think we had like an hour and a half to do this thing. I honestly spent about like 60, 70 minutes trying to make this lovage emulsion. And I was just panicking. And next minute, I've just like fucking thrown everything in the bin. Camera crews are coming on to me. Marcus and Monica have done the whole like, Leo, so what are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm doing this pork and lovage dish. They come back to me like half an hour later. Leo, where are you? I'm still doing this like lovage and more, splitting all these eggs and making this. Oh, it was like horrendous. And I've just next minute I threw everything in the bin. I found this crab in the fridge. Like found it. It was like the production team put it away. It's like, anyone want this crab? But everyone's like, no, cracking on. I just boiled up this crab, turned it into like this herb salad with about 20 ingredients on there. And like, if you ever go back and listen to it, it's like Leo has made this crab dish with dandelion, cocoa beans, courgettes. It just went on and on and on. Luke still takes a piss out because like, do you want to put anything else on there? But the main thing was, obviously Marcus turned around and said to me like fair play to me, because I've messed up, but I've just kind of flipped it around and managed to produce a dish and managed to actually create something which was tasty. And he goes, and I still remember what he said, because it never got like put on because it got edited out, but he was like, I feel like I'm sitting in a Greek island eating this beautiful Greek salad, and I'm like in heaven right now. And I remember that. I remember going back to work. I was like, oh, fucking chef nailed this. Marcus said this, and like it come out on TV. It's like, listen, that's like brilliant. Made myself look like an absolute cock here, but one of them. But yeah, I'll never forget that, because every time I got lovage on the menu, chef's like, "You're right there, mate." Like,
And you did a really good crab doing that, so you clawed it back.
Yeah.
Clawed
It's
it
nice
back.
fun.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't think of it when you're there. You just panic.
I couldn't even imagine like that kind of pressure.
I mean,
That's
it's
horrible.
just shit you could do in your sleep normally, and it's just that pressure puts on you.
Yeah.
And it's just
That's what I'm
everything
saying.
goes out your head, don't it?
That's what I'm saying. The people who win or go further in that competition. I mean, I got to semi-final. I'm not going to be.
Yeah, you did well.
Yeah, I'm buzzing with that. And but the people who go on further to the final is because of confidence, and that's what it is. I think.
Lou was on that year, wasn't she?
Louisa, yeah. I'm not sure where she got. Final four, I think she got.
Final
there.
four. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, final.
Yeah, because it was Steve Rag'n'Bowman. I call him. I love him to bits. He's brilliant. He is. Craig who won it. Steve, Jamie, and Matt. Yeah, I think Louisa. Yeah, final four, final five. Yeah.
Any plans to do any more TV or anything?
No chance. I've got.
You wouldn't do Great British Menu?
I'd give it a go if the opportunity came up. Yeah, I'd definitely give it a go.
I'm gonna lie, that's my favourite one at the moment.
It's
Great
that's
British Menu.
like, don't get me wrong, MasterChef's brilliant and whatever, but when you look at the calibre of chefs on that's a different level. That is.
Yeah,
That's
it's insane, isn't it? Yeah.
well, you say step up, but then I don't know. It's just a different ball game whatsoever because you've got some serious like ability in that kitchen there, and it's the chat. I guess it's the challenge they give you, isn't it? Whatever the
Also, you got the brief, yes.
yeah, the brief. That's what it is, and it's just a different ball game altogether. But I guess if the opportunity came up, I'd definitely listen to it. I'd take it into consideration. I'd love to give it a go. Yeah, it's 100%. But I'd rather just stay. I'd rather just like cook at Simpsons and just play my golf on a Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, the Midlands heat's always one of the toughest as well. I feel like Midlands produce like some of the best.
it
best
does, but then
rounds.
there's never
No,
that
no,
many Birmingham
There's never
restaurant people.
was
on
on
it?
it?
You've had
Alex
a few
was on it.
people now.
Alex was on it a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Was it 2 years ago?
Alex,
Yeah, Craig, but he wasn't in Birmingham, so he did the
Actor.
North East, didn't he?
Yeah.
Actor's been on there, and
Yeah, years
Alex-
ago you had Akhtar and like Glyn on there. That was like decent.
That's what I mean. You look at when it first started, and you look at the chefs that were on it then, and where they are now, and you
Massive.
think that show's just fucking catapulted people. Really has.
But yeah, it's no, don't get me wrong. If it came up, 100%, I'd give it an opportunity. I definitely wouldn't say no to it.
I mentioned earlier about the amount of people who've came to Simpsons, become head chef, and then gone to open their own restaurant.
Yep.
Would that be in your
100%, yeah.
future
Like,
plans?
I guess it's
Sandwich shop.
sandwich,
That's it, man.
sandwich. I like fish and chips. No, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I want to open my own place. I'm still young. I'm only 28. 28. Yeah, I'm 28. So I'm still quite young. But yeah, no, 100%. I'd like to do it. Yeah, I know, and I know full well I'll have Luke and Andrea's support, and many of the chefs who are around who've supported me along the way. Again, they would support me in guiding me to the right direction. It's not easy. It's financially, it's a big step, and you put in your own name on your own door now, and it's not an easy choice to kind of go, right, I'm going to go and open my own restaurant tomorrow. You don't just do that. It's time, and it's a lot of commitment, a big commitment. Like let's say, for example, I could hand in my notice tomorrow at Simpsons, and I can go cook in Dubai and play golf in Dubai all the time. But when you've got your own restaurant, you can't just go, I'm going to hand in my notice now, can you? It's
Yeah, it's your fucking restaurant.
it's your restaurant. Yeah, you can't just go and do that. Yeah, exactly that. It's a big, massive commitment.
You got no one to fall back on either as well. It's just you.
Got no one to blame.
Yeah.
Imagine also the last 18 months. Imagine owning a restaurant the last 18 months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
Sleepless nights.
it is, and I respect the guys who like do it. I mean, it's massive. I mean, like from the new boys from Cray and stuff like that. Massive.
Yeah,
It's
fucking Cray opened in the summer between the two lockdowns.
yeah,
Like,
massive.
Craig just looked at it and went, fuck that, I'm still opening my restaurant.
Plenty.
Corona can come and
Our
hit
friends
there too.
managed to open up a little pop-up at the start of January. Pause. Absolutely smashed it.
Man, them cruffins.
Yeah, the Cinnabuffins. Yeah.
That's it, Cinnabuffin.
Smashed it. Fair play to
Oreo
them.
Cinnabuffin.
They just like obviously I was there helping them again with like the food style behind it, and then Alex was helping there with a bit of the other behind. We all just jumped involved and got involved and helped them. They're my family at the end of the day as well. I support them in everything they do. They've smashed it. Now they're opening up in Bourneville, in Isherwood, the flower shop in Bourneville.
Yeah.
Going to open there. Fair play to them. And that's just from coffee and cake. So it doesn't matter what you do, whether it's a restaurant, coffee, tea, whatever you're going to do. You've got to have the confidence to be able to do it.
It was always busy. I went a couple of times. It was very busy.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, it just goes to show you put a bit of passion into something, and then
Yeah, sort of saying earlier,
Yeah.
if you
Shines
believe in
through.
your product and you treat your product well, your customers will keep coming back.
Exactly that. Rory's obviously mad passionate about coffee. Farah was a lawyer. Well, she still is, but she was like fully trained solicitor. Yeah, and she's just like kind of 35 at the time gone, fuck this, I'm going to give that up and just go and absolutely smash it by making these absolutely amazing Cinnabuffins. And fair play to her. Huge amount of respect for her, huge amount of respect for both of them. They've now blossomed into their new permanent home, and I wish them all the best. And I'll be there again. I'll be there to support them if they need anything, guidance or whatever it is. If they need anything, we've stood there, didn't we? Like making, I think about 6-7 hours making these donuts just to. Literally, I'm sick of donuts, but you do it as a friend, and as like you do it, you stand there, you trying to perfect. We must have tried about 15, 16 different varieties of donuts. Don't get me wrong, they're lovely.
I don't feel sorry for you, man. It's my dream job.
Saturday making donuts.
And we made tons of whoopie pies.
Whoopie pies, yeah. And it's just,
you can get it the perfect way.
It's just like, that's about what we're here for. I mean, we're here to support each other. I mean, and I like to think if anyone wants anything from me, they can ring me up and ask me. That's what we're about. I mean, we're only here once. We're only food. That's what it's about. It's not about I'm better than you or he's better than us. It's about, you know what I mean, help each other. Yeah. We're all here for one reason, to have bums on seats, whether it's a Michelin Star restaurant or whether it's a coffee and cake shop. We just want bums on seats to be successful and to be happy. That's what it's about. None of this, my ego is bigger than your ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like Birmingham's quite good at that, though.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah.
Again,
maybe just recently, in the last couple of years, it's changed. I think a little. It's got better.
Well, I guess as well, there's a little between like Luke and Glenn as well. So they've got obviously good friendship. Andy Waters, when he was in Birmingham, it's a good friendship. It comes from these guys as well. These guys are the ones who kind of imagine if they stood there slagging each other off. I mean, you ain't gonna do that, are you? I mean,
set the example, haven't they?
Exactly, they've set the example for that, and that's, I mean, credit to them boys. Credit to all of them, because they're the guys who set the example. I guess if it wasn't for them, I mean, it would be like London, I suppose. London don't give a shit about each other, I suppose, do they?
There's that many places in there, and that if you did give a shit, there's only so many people you can like. London's crazy. The food scene there, it's so big. The list of restaurants I've got to eat at London's just I don't think I'll ever get through them. It just gets longer.
Longer.
The one in Birmingham, the list just gets longer. But the London one's ridiculous.
I feel like, anyway, from what I think, there seems to be a little bit of respect between people who've worked in hospitality anyway. There's like an understanding. Like I always say now, they should bring back Inscription, but not to the army. Everyone should do like a couple of years in the pub or as a KP or something, like, because I feel like once you've worked in hospitality, you have a different empathy for people, like completely different level. You've seen the worst and the best of humanity, I think, when you work 100%. In hospitality.
Humbles you.
Yeah, definitely.
You make friends and family with these guys. I mean, Pete Jackson from Carter's, love him to bits, get along with, speak to him all the time, like wicked guy. And there's missus as well, Charlotte, who works opposite me at the Highfield, get along with them all, with Angelina. There's so many people in this industry. I mean, you can get that, I work at Simpsons, I work at Carter's, but you don't get that. You just don't, because we'll go for a beer or something. It's just, what's there? You don't need to, I mean.
I suppose the size of the city helps as well, because it's an easy city to get around. Like the actual city centre, you can walk from one side to the other in probably 20 minutes, half an hour.
You don't walk no more, apparently. Everyone voice, don't they?
Oh, you've got the little scooters everywhere. Yeah. We missed the trick. I meant to do it the other day when we walked from Thousand Trades to Wine Freedom. And we got to Wine Freedom and we were like, shut them fucking scooters, man.
I've not been on one. Imagine me in one of them. I'd break my legs or something, I would. I'd come flying off, I would.
Carl has a few questions he'd like to ask at the end.
Of course.
Yeah, I love these questions.
Food heaven, food hell, here we go.
That's it, man. It gives people a good insight, you know what I mean?
We'll get bigger and we'll do like ready steady cook, like a green bag and a red bag.
A
little camping stove.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's go on then. What's your favourite movie?
Man on Fire, Denzel.
That's a good film.
Yeah.
Really good one. What's your favourite band or DJ or rapper?
Ooh, a mixture. I'm from, I love like Stevie Wonder to anything big. I love Biggie Smalls. I mean, I'm a mixture. I'm such a mixture of music. I am.
Yeah.
None of this The Who, none of them people. You know what I mean? I'm not into that kind of music. I've said that on purpose because Luke knows.
Yeah, mad on the Who.
Yeah, the Jam, Paul Weller, he knows I'm not a fan of that. But he knows I'm saying that on purpose now. But yeah, no, I'm a mixture of any music. Yeah, a mixture of any music.
What's your favourite cookbook?
First ever one I got was The French Laundry by Thomas Keller, and I'm very lucky I've got that actually signed personally by him from a good friend, Angelina, of Tutor Pusto. She managed to get it signed for me when she went over. That's the first ever cookbook I ever bought. Yeah, signed by him. My little precious ass.
Oh, I bet. What's your favourite bottle of spirit?
Ooh, tough call. I'm not really a big drinker.
No.
I'm probably just gonna say Famous Grouse because my dad loves Famous Grouse. But if I don't know really.
Not your golf course drink.
Yeah, but that's a fake. That's a mocktail. I can't answer that. I don't really have a.
Not big on the old spirits.
I'm not really. Yeah, I couldn't. Not a big drinker to say. Yeah.
What's your favourite big fast food chain?
Oh, Wagamama's. If that's a class as a fast food chain, like
You can have that.
chicken katsu curry all day long.
Yeah.
With pretty much every starter on the menu.
yeah. I could just have the starters.
Bang
there,
bang cauliflower, crispy chili squid all day long.
What's your favourite takeaway?
Chinese. I'd say that if it's going to be a takeaway. Yeah, Chinese.
Not fish and chips.
If I should have said fish and chips.
You just stitched him up, man.
That's the question. I thought, it's going to be fish and chips.
Yeah, fish and chips from Marina Fish Bar in Coventry.
Joking aside, do you still eat fish and chips? Or
Yeah,
are you
love it.
just sick of it?
No, I love it. I appreciate it more now than I ever did before.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's nothing on it. There is probably nothing better actually than fresh fish out of the fryer with some chips, salt and vinegar, mushy peas, and some cockles. I fucking love it. I do. It's brilliant.
Nice.
You can't beat it.
What's your favourite thing you cook at home?
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad on them.
Love them. Honestly, you don't realise my love of sandwich. Ham, cheese, salad, in a baguette. It's fucking lovely. It is.
Yeah.
Bit of mayonnaise. What's
your favourite food destination in the world?
Cyprus. Back home. I'm originally from my family are Greek Cypriot.
Yeah.
And this is restaurant, and I'm supposed to quick fire. This is a restaurant. It's in the Limassol district. It's right on the seafront. It's
His brother that's living
My
in
brother lives
Limassol.
in Limassol.
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's not just writing down a restaurant. He might never
it's
go.
in a little village called Ziggy. It's in the Limassol district, and it's literally right by the seafront. It's the best octopus. It's the best calamari.
I love octopus.
Salad. It's honestly, it's incredible, and I dream about it all the time, and I cannot wait to go over because that's the first place. Either that or my favourite sandwich shop in Cyprus.
Yeah. Did you know the name of the restaurant?
I can't think of it at the top of my head. I know where.
It's in Ziggy Seafood.
Yeah.
Restaurant.
But it's just you're sitting there and you got the ocean literally touching you, and it's incredible. You cannot beat it.
Something about seafood by the sea. I think
Yeah,
it just
it's-
tastes better than it.
Yeah.
Like.
Anything by the sea just tastes so much better.
Yeah, I agree with that. My dad lives over pretty much on the sea in Ireland, so when we go there and we go somewhere, there's a really nice restaurant just over the seaside. Anything you get from there is just nicer. Just better.
Yeah, it's mental. We had a place in Skiathos, and you're sitting out like over the sea, so you can sort of through the boards that you're on, you can still see the sea underneath.
Yeah,
it.
it's class.
And you're out on it. It does make a huge difference.
Yeah, it's like that's why I miss Cyprus so much for that reason, because the food, like we've diluted it quite a lot over here via the supermarkets, I suppose. Whereas over there, it's a small little country. There's not much import and export over there for food wise. It's what you grow. And now if you go over there, it's like watermelon, grapes, like the halloumi, fresh in the morning, the fresh bread. It's amazing. I miss it so much because
my brother says that. He says you ain't fucking had halloumi.
Yeah, you ain't had
He says,
halloumi.
there's
till you
no
go
way.
there.
If you've had it in England, you've not had it.
No.
He says the halloumi he eats because he's veggie anyway. It's insane.
Yeah, when it gets delivered to your front door and it's still almost warm, and you have a slice of it with a fresh bit of bread and a tomato for your breakfast. You know what I mean? You cannot beat it. Yeah, you just different level of just everything, like taste wise, flavour wise. That's why over here we're lucky now because we can get local seasonal produce. But when you go to supermarket, it's not. I mean, not good. I don't think. Yeah.
No.
You don't
We're a
have
bit
it
unlucky,
sat in
yeah.
some kind of stock. But they
Yeah.
have like mad freezer, refrigerator things like that. They keep things fresh for a lot longer.
Yeah. Why do you need? Why? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose it's the volume of people, isn't it?
It's lazy as well, isn't it? That's what
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
definitely lazy as well. Yeah.
Easier
See,
to
if you've
cook.
got like 7 meals to cook, and you're cooking for one vegetarian, and your wife's this, and your kid doesn't eat this, you're just gonna do it online and just order whatever you can.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's a bit. I'm guilty of that a lot of the time. To be honest, I gotta admit. But I'd love to just and get all local seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
Much.
I've got my sister's quite a big grower actually. She's got her own little, but I think she's added on 2 more allotments from it, and she grows so much stuff. Stuff that I don't like to eat, like courgettes, but still, pumpkins, courgettes, yeah, butternut squash. Fucking hate them, they're horrible.
Plants seem to hate me, man. I can't grow anything. Like, anything I try to grow just dies.
Yeah, we've got house
plants,
plants that just die. They get through the door and they can start getting brown straight away.
So we've got the herb garden at Simpsons, and I love it now because I can go out, you can pick all the stuff. I just hate the actual, like Luke loves it. Fair play to me, like he's got a good eye for that. I hate all that. If I have to weed, I just hate it. Like, I don't mind going out to pick a few bits of nasturtiums or sorrels or whatever. He loves it when I say nasturtiums. They all take the piss. My favourite thing apparently. They sell nasturtium salads. It's what you have friends who aren't in the industry. They just take the piss all the time.
Is that all your questions, man?
That's it, man. Done.
Leo, really appreciate you coming and doing this, man.
Cheers.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Sweet.